Jaworski on a bill that would help provide families with a medical device for infants with potentially deadly respiratory issues. Dreams dashed. The family of a South Bend teenager says the young woman had a bright future until a bullet ended her dreams Wednesday night.
She was not just educated, but she was also unrelenting. And Ashanti got an ideal about something that she wanted to complete or get done. There was no stopping her. She was going to make that happen for her.
Anxious afternoon. The quiet of the afternoon is shattered after an attack inside a home leaves a woman in South Bend dead.
From WNDU TV, this is 16 News Now.
Developing tonight, South Bend police are investigating a homicide in the 800 block of South Lake Street. When they arrived on the scene, they say they found a woman dead inside a home. It's the latest tragedy to hit the community. That includes a shooting that killed 19-year-old Ashanti Hines earlier this week. And tells us where the investigation now stands.
The stain of violence is growing darker in South Bend. Crime tape blocking off several streets. Officers on scene investigating another deadly incident in the city. Around 2:30 Friday afternoon, South Bend police responded to a distress call in the 800 block of South Lake Street.
When they arrived, they were met by an individual that was outside the home with a running vehicle. They quickly detained that individual and then made entry to help anyone inside that was still under distress.
When police went inside, they said they found a woman dead. Initially, dispatch told 16 News Now the woman was shot, but late Friday, police are not confirming her cause of death. Police, however, said the woman suffered traumatic stress wounds but would not elaborate. Meantime, family, friends, and community leaders came to the scene with raw emotion, fresh anger, and sadness.
It's a very sad day to have yet another shooting in our city. And it's raining out here, and I feel like it's the tears of our city that I feel for all of the victims of gun violence that this has happened to over and over, and it just has to stop. We have to value life.
The South Bend police chief recently took to Facebook, commenting on the never-ending violence, saying officers can only do so much, and pleading with the public to speak up if they know something.
If you know something, say something. And you can hear the emotion in his Facebook message. Tired of the violence?
If you're not saying what you know, then you are condoning what is happening. They can't do it alone.
Now, police do not have a suspect, and anyone with information about this homicide should contact Michiana Crime Stoppers or South Bend Police. And tonight we're learning new information about the young woman killed while sitting in a car on Yukon Street earlier this week. Family says Ashanti Hines had a passion for helping others and a big heart. Ashanti already earned certification in medical billing and coding, and her aunt said she was on the path to follow in her mother's footsteps as a nurse. Her aunt says Ashanti's legacy will live on with those who loved her.
Me, in my mind, I think that Ashanti is a living spirit or living embodiment of all the things that she worked for. And it's up to us to make sure that legacy continues to. The more we speak about the woman that she is.
Her aunts hope that Ashanti's story serves as an example to other young women that their goals are in reach no matter what path they're on. Police are all still looking for a suspect in Hines' death. Well, a rainy night for Friday night football, but an end to all this wet weather is coming this weekend. First Alert Chief Meteorologist Mike Hoffman joins us from the Weather Lab. Mike, brighter days ahead?
Oh, no doubt about it, Terry. We'll see a decent amount of sunshine tomorrow, then just total sunshine by Sunday. But it is raining out there, ending or right near the end. But if you live in our southwestern counties, that rain came in. Like we told you at 5 and 6, it probably would during the second half. But it is raining everywhere now. We're at 55 degrees. Winds are northwesterly at only 6. There's the rain. I guess it might be kind of letting up there in a couple of spots in LaPorte County. Other than that, it is every corner of Michiana getting some rain right now. You can see the back edge of it, though. Between Peoria and Champaign, Illinois, that will be well east of us by the time we get to tomorrow morning. We're down to 55 degrees. Probably going 2 or 3 more degrees down as we head through the overnight hours, but the 40s, well, those will be coming in tomorrow night. as we clear off. Here's tomorrow's day planner. We're going to start off actually in the upper 40s ourselves tomorrow morning because we should clear off very late tonight. You can see partly sunny skies, a small chance for rain, maybe a 20% chance total at some point during the early morning and midday hours. Otherwise, more and more sunshine and temperatures holding in the 50s. A chilly day, but a nice day by afternoon. We'll talk more about your 10-day coming up.
A new bill is being introduced with life-saving potential for children in Indiana and across the country. It's called Bose Bill. A 15-month research study will be conducted with this new legislation to ensure that families with at-risk infants have access to cardiorespiratory monitors since they may be vulnerable to sudden infant death syndrome. In Bo's case, an owlet sock saved his life, and now the Newton family wants to make sure that no family loses their baby to something preventable.
But it moves forward with advancing this technology that protects these small infants and saves their lives.
I'm excited. I hope we can do some change that needs to come. It's something that's long overdue. It should have happened years ago. There's more babies dying than needs to be.
As results from the study are made available, we will share them with you and keep you up to date on the impact of Bose Bill. New information about where Benton Harbor residents can get free bottled water. The state announced more locations for water distributions this weekend. On Saturday, you can head to Family Dollar on Pipestone Road from 10 a.m. to noon and Ebenezer Baptist Church on Britton Avenue from 12 to 2. Then on Sunday, you can head to Abundant Life Church of God from 3 to 6 and Brotherhood of All Nations from 4 to 6. Abundant Life Church of God will also give out water next Monday and Tuesday. The state says that it's also delivering water to 2 apartment complexes and will begin deliveries to area schools next week. Well, if you got the Johnson & Johnson COVID vaccine, an FDA panel is now endorsing booster shots. The agency says the booster should be offered at least 2 months after the single dose, but didn't suggest a firm time. The FDA is not bound by the vote, but usually follows the advice of the committee. A final decision by regulators could come within days. Coming up on 16 News Now at 11, Mike is tracking cooler weather and a drier weekend. Plus, who is Michiana's greatest chef? The YMCA crowned one team with that title at a special fundraiser tonight.
You're watching WNDU TV, 16 News Now.
Let's go! It's a big world, and now we're loving this town. It's our turn, so put your hands up. Don't be scared, take a chance. Come on, give me a hand. It's time to laugh, time to smile. Now let's get up and dance. Come on, everybody, let's live it up. Let it out if you can't get enough. This right here gon' make you jump, jump, jump. This is home! Hey, yeah. This is home.
Local community members and celebrity chefs were cooking up something good tonight to help raise money for the YMCA of Greater Michiana. Tonight, the 10th annual Greatest Chef in Michiana competition was held. Title goes to South Bend Mayor James Mueller and the Lobber after creating a delicious mahi-mahi dish with jasmine rice. 9 teams created a unique dish for the gala, and the community voted the best one. Now, this is the largest annual fundraiser for the YMCA of Greater Michiana. Well, the holiday season is almost upon us, and that means the Marines Toys for Tots program is looking for organizations to help collect toys. Now, if you'd like to collect toys, you can apply at southbendin.toysfortots.org. Now, you open the Get Involved /volunteer drop down and click on the link to become a toy drop site. Complete the application and the Marines will take it from there. And they hope to place drop boxes throughout the area right away.
It's raining at 8:30, 8:45, and show you the rain. The rain didn't actually start here in South Bend, this last batch anyway, until after 9 o'clock. So a lot of those high school games, if you live east of US 31 or in Southwest Michigan, ended up getting in, but if you went to one of the games to the southwest, well, the rain definitely came in and it overspread the rest of Michiana, and everybody's getting it right now. Here's what we've seen over the past 48 hours. Now, yesterday we didn't get a lot, definitely not here in South Bend, but a few areas did get a couple tenths of an inch of rain. But adding in what we've gotten today so far, you can see the green areas are showing up as more than 1 inch, and that is to the east and to the south of South Bend. Just like we kind of thought, the heaviest would be off to the southeast, and you folks are still going to get maybe another 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch maybe. And so it's still going to rain for a few more hours, because eventually the back edge of this is actually going to work its way eastward. And you'll notice right after it stops raining, it clears off. And that should happen pretty quickly as we head toward morning. So there's 16 Doppler max. Even the moderate rainfall right now is just about ready to taper off in South Bend. It'll still rain lightly for 3 or 4 more hours. But overall, you can see the heaviest at the moment coming into Pulaski County. So it's going to be, again, southern, eastern areas getting the majority of the rain over the next 3, 4, 5 hours. If you live in our eastern sections, it may last that long. 55 degrees out there right now, 47 in Davenport, Iowa, 40 in Fargo. Yeah, it's getting close to frost weather there. Get into the upper 30s with clear, calm conditions, and you'll have some scattered frost. Mishawaka Skyview camera, 55 degrees. By the way, we're not expecting any frost around here in the next 8 days at least. Rainfall out there coming down in all parts of Michiana. Just like Mishawaka, winds are northwesterly at 6. Taking a look at future track, and there you go. It's going to continue to move this rain off to the east and quickly clear it out. Tomorrow morning, we should be partly sunny. Notice a few spots, though, may get a brief shower. I think it's a very small chance. Most of us won't see anything tomorrow. And in fact, it'll be a crisp fall day. But by the time we get to Sunday, it's going to be chilly in the morning. But with lots of sunshine, it's actually going to turn out to be a pretty nice day. Here's my first alert forecast for tonight. Times of rain through 4 a.m. and then some clearing from west to east, low down to 46. 10-day forecast, a chillier start tomorrow, partly sunny otherwise. Tiny chance for a shower. I'm just throwing that in there just in case you get a brief 2-minute shower. Partly sunny otherwise, high of 56. Chilly early on Sunday, otherwise total sunshine. Pleasant afternoon, high of 63. And then we're bumping it back up to 72 Tuesday, 70 on Wednesday before we start to see a chillier air come back with a chance of showers starting on Thursday. So I think we should enjoy the sunshine that we're going to see over the next 5 days.
All right, Mike, will do. Thank you, sir. Up next, time for Friday Night Football. Megan has highlights from area games coming up.
See important news and information first. Customize your push alerts with the 60 News Now app. Now, Friday Night Football, presented by Monteith's Best One Tire and Auto Care.
Welcome into another week of Friday Night Football. I'm Megan Smedley. It's the final week of the regular season in Indiana, and the Michigan season will be wrapping up soon, too. We've got a ton of highlights to show you, but first, let's start in the NIC as the fight for the conference title has come down to the last game. We start at Freed Field for our Monty's Best One Spotlight Game of the Week. Penn is still in the hunt of the conference title as they welcome in John Adams. First quarter action, it's bad handoff for the hot potato. Seth Jankowski ultimately comes up with it. Kingsmen take over in great field position. 3rd and goal for Penn. Ryan Buckley rolls to his left, is scrambling to find anybody open, throws it to the back of the end zone, but Josh Zizig comes flying across like Superman to break that up. Kingsmen forced to kick a field goal then. Braden Primrose is true from 24 yards out. Penn gets on the board first, go up 3-0. Eagles next drive of the game, they're going for it on 4th and short. Davion Patterson breaks free of the pack and storms his way through for the first down, but that drive would stall though, as would Adams' offense for the game. Penn goes on to win 38-0. Back in South Bend, we've got the Holy War at St. Joe. The Indians looking for their first win in the series since 2018. Low-scoring game in the first half. It's 3-0 Marion to start the third. Bryce Lassine with the pitch to Caleb Lasanga. The Knights back is zigzagging all over the place to get a nice 20-yard pickup to push Marion into the red zone. Couple of plays later, it's Lasanga again putting St. Joe in the spin cycle there for another first down. Knights on the 1-yard line. Why not stick with what's been working the whole drive? Lasanga punches it in from a yard out. Marion takes a 10-0 lead. Next night's possession, Lassane lets it fly through the night right into Greg Atkinson's breadbasket for a beautiful 31-yard touchdown. Marion makes it 3 Holy War wins in a row with a 16-6 victory over St. Joe. Out in Elkhart County, New Prairie wants their hand on the conference title as well as they visit Elkhart. We start in the second quarter, tied up at 7. Just before halftime, Marshall Kamichek lets it fly, gets a long ball to land downfield to Hayden Clark for a huge 40-yard pickup. However, with time running out in the half, Cougars going for the short field goal, but it gets blocked by Elkhart, recovered by Braden Cook. What a way for the Lions to end the half. Let's go to the third. Teams back out of the locker rooms. Brady Kruper throws it down to Rodney Gates for the first down for Elkhart. The Lions are moving the chains, hoping to make something happen. Same drive, Kruper hands the ball off to Elias Leonard. He skirts in for the touchdown. Elkhart gets the upset win over New Prairie, 21-14. Elsewhere in the conference, Jimtown captures their first outright conference title since 2012 as they blank Riley 35-0. Bremen took care of Clay 49-0, and John Glenn rolls over Washington 41-0. Let's head to the NLC for the conference championship matchup between Warsaw and Concord, who are both undefeated in 7. James Oback attempts a punt, but it gets blocked by Gabe Mayo. It's recovered by Julius Jones, but it's Concord's ball in the end. Good field position for the Minutemen. That drive, Hunter Dutton throws it down to his go-to man in Jack D'Arcy for the Minutemen first down. Couple of plays later, Dutton throws it to Anthony Trudell wide open over the middle for the touchdown. Ties this game up at 14 apiece. Concord takes down Warsaw to capture the conference championship 26-22. To another top meeting in the conference, the Northridge Raiders visiting the Mishawaka Cavemen at Steel Stadium. We pick it up at the start of the second quarter. Cavemen up 14-6. Chaz Hardy gets the rock and heads to the outside, charging up the sideline, outrunning all of the Raiders 33 yards for the touchdown. Cavemen go up 20-6. Raiders' next drive, Tag Gott flings it over the middle to Clint Walker. Walker gets popped right away by Milan Burris, but it is good enough for a Northridge first down. Later on in that drive, Tag Gott airs it out down the field. He had Mishawaka takes over. The Cavemen capitalize off of the turnover. Chase Gooden with the rock, busts up the middle. He's got wheels on him, blows past the Raiders defense, blows past the ref, 61 yards to the house for another touchdown. Mishawaka runs away with this one literally 58-14. Over in Goshen, the Redhawks look to wrap up the regular season with a win as they host Wawasee. Quinn Bechtel looking to throw downfield. He gets rocked by Nathan Larson for a huge loss. Later on in the first quarter, Bechtel fakes the handoff to Isaiah Park and runs it himself down to the 20-yard line for a first down and puts the Redhawks in the red zone. Later on in that drive, Bechtel throws it to Braden Hinkle. Hinkle breaks free of a tackle, nearly gets his jersey ripped off, but it's all worth it for a first down. Later on in that drive, high snap for Bechtel. He targets Hinkle. Hinkle sneaks past a pair of defenders for the touchdown as Goshen strikes first. Goshen wins a tight one, 28-25. And some more scores for you. Northwood took care of Plymouth 42-14. LaVille beat Culver 19-6. And Tippecanoe Valley beat Southwood 56-25 for the Vikings' first undefeated regular season since 1987. And just like that, we have hit the halftime break. Coming up after the break, we cross state lines and check out the action in Michigan. Stay with us.
I'm Sarah Hildebrandt. I went to Penn High School, and I'm an Olympic bronze medalist, and this is home.
Now, back to Friday Night Football.
Welcome back into Friday Night Football. Halftime is over, but we still got some more highlights to show you. Let's head up to Edwardsburg as the Eddies look to continue their dominant season as they host Dowagiac. Eddies are up 7-0. Dowagiac with the ball. The snap goes flying over Isaiah Hill's head, rolls into the end zone. It's a free-for-all, but Landon Mickle eventually pounces on it for the touchdown. 14-0 Edwardsburg. Later on in the first, Zach Britz with plenty of protection takes his time, finds Logan McCauley in the end zone for the touchdown. Now it's 23-0 Eddies. We're still in the first. It's a handoff to Connor Ostrander. He sneaks his way to the far side, finds it into the end zone to put Edwards up Edwardsburg up 31-0. Eddies dominate Dowagiac 69-0. Elsewhere, the Berrien Springs Shamrocks hope to continue their undefeated season as they took on Brandywine. Shamrocks up 7-0 in the third. Brandywine facing a crucial 4th and 2, hands it off to Joshua Perez. Manages to get enough yards to keep the drive alive. Doesn't look like it, but the refs give it to them. Later in the same drive, now facing a 4th and goal, Blake Kruger keeps it to the head to the left side, but is stuffed by Berrien Springs for a turnover on downs. The very next play, they hand it off to Jamal Haley. He parts the red, or should I say maroon sea. Haley is running back to Berrien Springs with this 95 yards to the house for the touchdown. Berrien Springs goes on to win 26-6. Some more scores for you from around Michigan. Buchanan earns the win against Benton Harbor 26-22. Lakeview beats Lake Shore. Battle Creek 44-29, and Niles takes down Otsego 36-20. For a full list of scores, head on over to our website at WNDU.com. And while this week we can pick what should be our Monty's Best One Spotlight game of the week for next Friday night. Should we head to Northwood for a rematch between the Panthers and Northridge, or should we go to New Prairie as the Cougars look to continue their season against Plymouth? You decide. Just go to our website at WNDU.com. Voting is open till midnight on Sunday. Switching gears now to the hardwood, Notre Dame women's basketball is entering year 2 of the Neil Ivey era. The Irish return the majority of their starters and are welcoming in grad transfer Maya Dotson, freshman Sonia Citron, and Nat Marshall is back from an ACL injury. Last year, the Irish were 500 and missed the NCAA tournament for the first time in 24 years. This year, they are hungry to get back there.
Oh my gosh, I love the energy. The energy, the first day of practice, it was tremendous. It was electric. Everybody is just committed. They've all worked so hard to come back, and they're playing with a sense of urgency and a hunger. And I think that's just for having a bad taste in their mouth from last year, not being able to make the tournament. I think everybody grew from that. It's something that, is something that in the back of our minds, motivation for us. But just their buy-in and their commitment to what we're doing, and just the work that they've been putting in. It's been really exciting.
Building a chemistry, especially in an empty gym, it built a deeper appreciation for the game. And this group is very excited to get out there to exemplify that and really get that full Notre Dame experience with the support of the fans, because our alumni and fan base here is huge and is very important to us.
Purcell Pavilion. We'll be right back after the break.
Check out the Michigan City First Alert Weather Skyview from the Spa Blue Hotel Tower at Blue Chip Casino. Live on 16 News Now and online at WNDU.com.
We're excited to welcome a good friend back to our morning team.
This is home, and I want to help you start your day.
Christine Karsten is back on 16 Morning News Now. Hundreds of Indiana kids are growing up without a family, caught in a foster system that struggles to keep up. Help these kids find a loving home. Join Tricia Sloma for Wednesday's Child every Wednesday just before 6 on 16 News Now Live. Every Sunday, Greta brings it home.
On Full Court Press, we challenge Washington policymakers to make sure they are putting local issues, your issues, first.
Full Court Press with Greta Van Susteren, Sunday morning on Channel 16.
Well, a Wisconsin man grew the heaviest pumpkin in the country. It weighs 2,520 pounds. Looks like it. It's also the second heaviest in the world for 2021, but it's not going in any record books because the pumpkin has a small crack that made it ineligible for any prizes. Now, it would have been on the all-time list for heaviest pumpkins grown in the U.S. if not for that little crack.
I want to see that. What do you mean a little crack?
Also, that's the second heaviest. What's the first?
I know. I was wondering the same thing in the world. Yeah. Somewhere else.
Probably something like the Ukraine or someplace like that.
Well, with all the rain we've been getting lately, if it had happened earlier in the growing season, we might have had some big ones around here as well.
Good
but
segue.
That rain's all coming to an end, and we're going to see mostly dry conditions all weekend. Partly sunny tomorrow, 56, sunny and 63 Sunday, even warmer next week.
All right. Have a great weekend, everyone. Stay safe.